Well, hello everyone. This is Take It From Scott. These small businesses as a hobby. You want to grow it, make extra money, buy a new Nintendo Switch 2, or go on a little vacation, whatnot. Well, here's a business that's very, very interesting. I think slightly disgusting, but it is a huge business. It's called the dog poop removal business. Believe it or not, it's in high demand. It's a high demand business with very low costs. It focuses on cleaning, dog waste, poop, whatever, out of yards and whatnot. You can grow yourself up to be in commercial buildings, maybe some parks, certain neighborhoods or something like that. You might get a group of them that you can do. And see, I have a dog. It's Italian Greyhound. My wife says it's a whippet. And basically that dog poops in our yard all the time. Now what's weird is we walk her all the time, but for some reason when she comes back she wants to poop in our yard. I don't get it. But because of that, once a week I have to go clean it and dispose of it. And it's really not for me, but right now I'm not in the dog poop cleaning business, so I am going to offer this to you. If you don't have a squeamish stomach, if you don't get, weird things over certain businesses of animals, maybe you love animals, this may be a business for you. Probably on a weekend you can make a couple $100. Now, I've read that a single person can potentially earn over $100,000 a year if you have a customer base of 85 or more. I don't need that. I don't really know about that because you'd have to scale and get more employees. I believe that you should be able to earn about $200 a weekend. This is more realistic, and this is why I make these videos, because I've looked at a bunch of businesses, and I've told you in my initial business, I've always had side business when I work full time. This is the kind of business you can do that easy and earn extra money, just fun money or whatever, or if you want to grow it yourself. But I want to make it more realistic. You may start off making a couple $100, and it depends on building your clientele. If you do weekly contracts, whatever, is how big you're really going to do it. So let's get into some of the meat and potatoes of what you probably need. Here's the first one. You need transportation. That's right. You got to have transportation because they're not going to want, maybe some places may want you to put it in a bag and put it in their own trash bucket, to be picked up. I don't know. These are things you'll have to talk to the owner about or decide what kind of business you want, but you definitely need transportation. To me, I don't care if you have a car, you can do this business, but if you had a little pickup, you put a couple buckets back there, you're good to go. You need a pooper scooper. This is the one I would recommend more than this one. See, the other one has an open face, easy cleaning with a hose, a little rake. A rake you always need. This one here, I think you're going to get, I don't know, you get poop all over the place and stuff. I basically use a shovel at my house and just keep scraping the grounds, which I'm going to get into in a minute, soon. But you need something to pick up the poop. Very, very important. Of course, you need disposable gloves. I mean, I don't know what kind of bacteria or whatnot dog poop has or whatnot, but I recommend gloves. If you felt like you can do hard garden gloves for a while and then throw them out and get new ones, then have at it. Gloves to me are essential. You also need bags and a bucket. You might just get all kinds of bags and see whichever one. You get one for little poops, big poops, whatever. But you're definitely going to need some bags and a bucket that you can put it in, that you can carry like a paint bucket or something like that, or something with the lid, which they make them all over. And you basically need a place to dispose of it. Like I said, I know that you can put dog poop in a bag in a regular trash can, but one thing I was researching that I'll probably talk about shortly is your green trash bucket. Like I'm in the city, so I have a regular trash can, then I got a green trash can for cardboard and da 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 da. They say not to stick it in the green trash can. Just put it in the regular trash. But to me, you basically should check out the landfills. I mean, that's one of the things you need, a place to dump it. A contract, maybe. I don't know. You can get big, small, whatever. Maybe in the beginning you don't need one. But a contract that if you have a recurring business. Also, my pet peeve, a liability insurance. The reason why I say liability insurance, I don't think a lot of videos talk about that. But what if a dog bites you? What if you damage something on the property? You wonder how can you damage it with a pooper scooper and get poop. I don't know. But I will tell you, like I said, with a shovel, I make little divots in my yard. So it can ruin the landscape a little bit. And maybe they poop in a flower bed and stuff. But, if you have a cheap $45 a year liability insurance, you got something that you can really cover yourself about, on it and not worry about it. So where you dispose of poop, like I said, a regular trash can. Landfill, which I recommend, drive to your local landfill, tell them what your idea is and how much it may cost for you to do that, and I'm sure it's really inexpensive for you to do that. To me, a landfill would do it. Now, like I mentioned in the last video I made, is on your taxes, a lot of this stuff could be tax write-off per diem, meaning you can count your mileage going to and from a house to scoop the poop and to and from a landfill. So you can probably write that off on your taxes. I would recommend you talk to your accountant about it, starting a little hobby. If you're just doing a quick hobby, make $200-300. On the weekend, you may not want any of this and just scoop it and do friends and neighbors and whatnot and be all right. But it is important where you definitely dispose of that. So you can see a dog poop scooper business, you might say, or animal. I don't know, maybe you get horses, whatnot, but let's just concentrate on dog poop scoop business. I got some links below that, from YouTube, but I do recommend go to YouTube. Look at several people, take it with a grain of salt, please, and make your own adjustments of how you want to do this lucrative business. It is lucrative because everyone's got dog poop. Just owns a dog, what are there, 100,000 of dogs all the time? But this could be a nice business to start out, get a few dollars on the weekend, let it grow. I would brainstorm some questions you may have and just write it all down and then YouTube those or Google those questions to see what comes up. But like I said, I do highly recommend you watch other YouTube videos on a business, but I'm bringing this to you. It's a easy, fast way to earn some bucks. You just got to see people with dogs and bump into them. You have the courage to talk to them. Remember, this one thing is how to eat an elephant one bite at a time. That's the same with your marketing, your business. Maybe you get a little magnet sign of your car, make some flyers, put on some telephone poles. I don't know if that's legal or not. Run into neighbors walking dog and tell them what you do. It's probably easy marketing for you, but hey, think about it. You got yourself some gloves, you got your bags, you got your pooper scooper, and you're off to the races. Dog races, that is. So I hope this actually helps you and you got something out of it. The dog pooper scooper business, it may be set for you if you don't have a weak stomach. Thanks for watching.